You've definitely seen these lovely tanned beauties straddling the bodies of guitars across the world. Different makes and different models. It's of course a roasted maple neck. Sometimes they're known as baked, sometimes they're called caramelized, but it's the same exact process. It's been heated in a specific way that makes the wood firmer and darker. But is it worth it? Other than looks, why would you want this on your guitar neck? And what makes it better than a normal maple neck? Well, let's take a look. In terms of regular uses on guitar necks, it's a relatively recent trend, featuring more prominently on boutique guitars before making its way onto larger manufacturers' guitars such as Ibanez, Charvel and Music Man, to name a few. However, the process behind roasting these necks actually goes back a lot further than you'd think. The concept dates back all the way to the Vikings, who used to employ the practice to give their wood more structural integrity and hydrophobic purposes for use in building their ships. And I'm sure their guitars had lovely sustain as well. The official name for the process of roasting or baking woods for this specific purpose is actually known as torrefaction. It's a thermochemical reaction that occurs at around 200 to 300 degrees centigrade. It's carried out in the absence of oxygen and draws out all of the moisture from the wood, as well as other volatile elements such as oils, sugars and algae, etc. The result is the wood taking on a darker colour, as well as becoming a lot firmer, lighter and resistant to humidity and temperature changes. But don't just take this at face value and chuck your guitar neck in the oven on the same tray as your Sunday roast, because this is an exact science. It requires the temperature to be brought in very gradually and for a very specific amount of time, otherwise you will set your neck on fire or literally turn it into charcoal, which is the normal industrial use for this process. Let's just leave it to the professionals. What benefits does this add to a guitar though? And other than the nice exotic tanned look, why would you want this to happen to your guitar neck? So the torrefaction process not only removes all of the moisture and other bits from the wood like we've already discussed, but it also helps build up a natural protection in the wood, preventing any other oils or moisture from permeating the surface in future, which makes it perfect for a guitar neck for a number of reasons. Given that your grubby, sweaty palms are going to be wrapped around it for a number of years, all of the oils and moisture can sometimes cause discoloring and erosion and affect the surface. Well, roasted maple is a lot more resistant to these and can handle the oils no sweat. This moisture immunity is also perfect for changing climates, and it means that your neck's not going to be twisting or warping due to changes in the humidity or the temperature. For a touring guitarist taking their instrument around the world, this is a great benefit and won't have you adjusting and fiddling with your action and intonation every time you go to a new country. Perfect for us here in Brighton because we have very salty, moist sea air. It really helps keep the intonation even and stable. It also means that you don't need the neck to be lacquered in order to protect the wood, so you can have lovely silky satin finishes that you could glide your hands along no problem. Another minor point to make here as well is that removing all of the moisture and the elements actually makes the wood lighter, which is a small benefit, but certainly helps shed the pounds when it comes to weight saving. So they look good, they're incredibly practical and durable, but do they sound any good? Yeah, you're making the wood harder, which in itself gives it more resonance when it comes to vibrations running through it. Ridding the wood of any moisture that can dampen these vibrations also helps with this as well. You'll find with this too that the wood has a lot more sustain than its fresh cut maple counterpart, which of course is really desirable for a guitar, so you can really let those chords ring out and sing. And that is pretty much all you need to know about roasted maple. There's no doubt that there are obvious benefits to this, and it goes far and beyond just being an aesthetic fad. But the question we're here to answer is, are they worth it? 3 years or so ago, I would have probably been a little bit on the fence as to whether I think it's worth justifying the upgrade to. I think it's worth paying a little bit more money to go for one of these. But the best bit is now you don't even need to have that argument. We're now starting to see these necks trickle down onto more affordable models. Early Ball have started putting them on their affordable Sterling range. Squier have just launched their 2021 Contemporary series with a load of roasted maple neck options. And Jet Guitars, who are a new and exciting brand to GAC, are offering roasted necked guitars for just £150. How has something normally reserved for premium guitars managed to work its way down to more budget and affordable models? Well, the secret is torrefaction was never actually an expensive process to begin with. It's actually slightly cheaper than varnishing, which means that they could have been on budget guitars this entire time. The fact that it actually has significant benefits has probably aided its departure from boutique status into something more widely used. And that in itself probably answers the question of this video before we've even asked it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the difference in sound is incredible and otherworldly, and by no means is a regular freshly cut maple neck going to be horribly unplayable and disgusting sounding. But the benefits of roasted maple are definitely still there. Over time, it will remain more durable and playable, and it's going to give your neck more sustain and resonance, and let's face it, if nothing else, it really does look great. So there you have it, roasted maple. It's not going to make regular maple defunct, but it should sit as a nice option alongside. What do you guys think though? Have you ever played a guitar that has a roasted maple neck? Do you own any guitars that have roasted maple necks on them? Let us know in the comments, let's start a discussion, and let's see if you guys can make any points that I haven't covered already. Thanks as always for watching, I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed the video, leave us a like, subscribe to see more things like this, and I will see you very soon.